Hey everyone, and welcome to day 5. Feeling alive, feeling great. If you're practicing this in real time, it's a Friday, so happy Friday. If not, no worries. Happy whatever day it is for you. Thank you all for joining me here. We are going to start our practice in a seat. So either come into your chair or down on the ground. Take whatever support you need. I have my trusty block, but lift up as high as you need to. Just explore that length in the spine. And then when you arrive in your seat, you know the drill. Close down the eyes. Let the shoulders relax. Tension releasing from the muscles of the face. And from here, we are going to bring our hands onto our belly. Just breathing naturally here with this added layer of awareness and intention. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully. And using your exhale to let go of any stress or tension that might be coming onto the mat with you tonight. And keep an open mind. There's so much to pick up on the way with your regular daily yoga practice. So whatever is going on for you right now, trust that you already have everything you need to lay the foundations for a fulfilling, sustainable at-home practice. And I invite you now to repeat after me in your mind or out loud, and really mean it. I have everything I need. And as we begin to layer on a little more, always remember the breath comes first. On your next exhale, curl up the corners of the mouth, find a soft smile, and either keep the eyes closed or open them as we bring one leg in front of the other. Doesn't matter which leg. Come to bring the shins down towards the ground, one foot in front. So it's a little variation of our cross-legged seat here. So if you're on your chair, make sure you come down for this part. And then bring your fingertips to the earth in front. And start to walk the hands a little further forward. Only go as far as feels comfortable, keeping the lower body grounding down. And then float the hands over to the right side. All the way over to the left. Breathing fully into that side body space. And as you make your way back to center, we'll reach the hands behind us. And pressing down through the palms, send the shins down, lift the hips high, open through the front body. Take a deep breath in here and release. Lifting up, bringing the opposite leg in front this time. We're going to do the same little dance on the other side. So fingertips to the earth. Notice how right away one way might feel very different with the hips. So just listen to that, breathe into that. Walk the hands forward. And this time over to the left side first. Over to the right. And as you come back to center, press the palms to the ground. Open through the heart, root down through the shins. Take a gorgeous deep breath in. And release. Lift off your prop if you're on one, place it to one side. And come to sit with both feet on the ground in front, hands back behind you, fingertips facing forward. And from here, we'll find a seated cat-cow. So moving with your own breath as we inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze, find space, and as you exhale, curl and round it through. A couple more times here, moving with your own breath, letting it guide you as you find this wave-like movement in the spine. Even it out and then come back to center. We'll meet here with the feet walking nice and wide to the edges of the mat. And just turn the fingertips now to face either to the edges of your mat or towards the back, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And from here, we'll float both knees over to the right side. And as we do, we have the option of bringing our gaze over to the left. Then windscreen wiper, knees over to the left and gaze over to the right. And if we want to, we can keep moving here side to side, or we can linger a little more on one side and bring the outside of the bottom ankle to the outside of the top calf. Bit of a tongue twister, yoga for the brain. And stay here a little bit longer. So wherever you are, just find something that works for you. And then even it out. Meeting back in the center and making our way forwards, jumping on through either into our child's pose or, yep, you guessed it, pressing down and lifting high into our downward facing dog. And whether you're in movement or in stillness, remember breath comes first. This is a completely new moment, completely new time. We have explored this pose that we're in. Be open to feeling what you feel. And if you have had a particularly tiring day in any way, mentally, physically, use this practice as an opportunity to really take what you need. I'm going to have that tattooed on me before this series is finished. Find one more breath where you are. And then come to meet on the ground, scooping the legs to one side and finding a seat. If you would like to lift onto some support, we're going to come to bring our left leg out long, flexing the toes towards the face, and then hugging the right leg all the way up and in. As we hug our left arm around the leg, we'll float our right fingertips behind us and come to a nice twist here. Really be mindful that we aren't collapsing into this back arm, so if we need to bring something under the hand to lift the ground up to us, then take whatever. And being here for 3 full breaths. Really mindful that we're rotating through the ribs here and not just cranking our head and neck back. On your last exhale, come back to center. Bring the foot to the inside of the left thigh and twizzle in to face over the left leg. Bend the knee as much as you'd like to here. There's really no such thing in my books as a knee that is too bent. So wherever you are, bring the hands either side of the leg. Lift up nice and tall and then start to crawl slowly forwards with the hands. Only as far as feels comfortable, keeping all of this length and integrity in the spine. Resist the temptation here to clutch onto the leg and pull yourself down. Just take it easy. Be kind to yourself. And then slowly walk it all the way back up. Hug the left leg in, send the right leg long. Right arm comes round, left fingertips swoop to the earth behind us. Being here in our twist, keeping those right toes flexed towards the face. Shoulders lovely and soft. Can we find a way to grow even taller in the spinal space, all the way from the tail to the crown. Even if it's just the intention, see if you can grow an inch or two. And make your way back to center. Bringing the foot to the inside of the thigh, taking your hands down to the ground and crawl your way forward. Notice in one side, comparing it to the other, but not in a way of, oh, this side's better or worse than the other, just being aware, noticing. One more breath here before rising up. Staying in our seat, but bringing the soles of the feet together, opening the knees out nice and wide like a book, and finding our Baddha Konasana, so bound angle pose or butterfly pose. Knees looking like the wings of a butterfly. It's a really nice thing to picture. And bringing our hands down wherever they rest. Maybe the ankles, feet, toes. Maybe we just bring them to the earth as we slowly bring our stomach down towards our heels. So mindful that we're not just collapsing around and everything forward here. And if our hands are holding onto our feet at all, can we take a moment to let go and notice if we spring all the way back up because we were hoisting ourselves down. Just really being honest here with the range of motion that we have in our body. And rather than worrying about how far we're going down here, because it really doesn't matter, can we instead take a moment to close the eyes and just feel how we feel? Come back to our breath. Trust the breath has our back now and always. And that it is the tool that's going to help us to eventually find a little more space. As we soften, we might notice that a little more space grows here. So find one more breath. And stay where you are. Gaze over to the right, over to the left. Come back to center and then rise up. Bring the knees back toward one another. And finding a comfortable seat on your support here. Lift up nice and tall, making our way into eagle arms. So arms float out wide. We cross left arm over the right, bringing the backs of the hands or the palms toward one another. We lift the elbows, soften through the shoulders, and breathe. It's all we have to do. And just like I invited you to do it in your twist, can you see if we can lengthen even taller through the spine without letting the shoulders ride all the way up towards the ears? Relax the arms, let them release. Roll the shoulders round and back. And then onto the other side, arms wide. Right arm crosses over, hands come toward one another. Eagle arms. And if we are holding on to a lot of tension in the head, the neck, in the shoulder space, the upper body, anywhere at all of these parts are completely connected. So just notice that. Stick with the breath. And this is a really simple move that we can take with us off our mat and into our day-to-day lives if we work in an office or just working from home at the minute on our desks, our chairs, wherever we are. This is gorgeous. So another example of how we can take the tools of yoga off our mat with us to help support us in our day-to-day life. Releasing the arms. Rolling the shoulders round and back, and forwards and back. And drawing a lovely big circle with your head and neck, one way and the other way. When you gaze back to the front, lift off your support and take your time to make your way down to the ground. When you arrive there, hug the knees in. Take a couple of moments rocking here side to side in Apanasana. And then lifting the legs, lifting the arms, draw big circles through the wrists and the ankles. Move in both directions. And then momentarily release the legs. Just lift onto your support if you have been taking any here as we come into our inversion. So by now you probably know which version of our inversion, tongue twister again, feels more comfortable for you here. So be wherever you are, snuggle into this space. And trust that all of this valuable time that we're spending is really helping us to fill our cup. Sending some love and attention to the body, but also the mind. One last breath here before releasing and taking your time to float into our final, most precious resting posture. So come into your Shavasana. By now you might have accumulated a whole range of different snuggly tools here. So when you're ready, come to rest on the ground and let this heaviness spread across the whole body, from the tip of the toes to the crown of the head, covering every space in between. And as we breathe here, can we really feel our breath moving through our entire body? And as we soften even more, uniting mind intelligence with the body intelligence, trust that you have everything you need right now. Repeat our mantra. I have everything I need. If your mind's wandered away, send that kindness to yourself and bring it back to this space. Checking in with everything that's happening around you. Tuning into your senses. Being here. 3 more full breaths. Finishing our practice, bringing palms together at the heart. Thanking ourselves for showing up, dedicating this time to move, to breathe, honestly and with love and affection. Thank you for joining me, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow for day 6. From my heart to yours. Namaste.